Right now, controversy at the Starbucks on State Street. What the workers there are accusing management of telling them to do. Also, just days after launching its redesign, what folks in Sun Prairie are saying about the Madison Metro changes.
Everybody's going to live. Why not live kind until you go?
And later, an inseparable bond, how a mother and daughter are dealing with a tragic diagnosis. Welcome to News 3 Now. Workers at the Starbucks on State Street are clashing with the company yet again, this time after they say their boss told them to take down Pride Month decorations at the store. Braden Ross has more from State Street.
Workers at the Starbucks here on State Street say it wasn't long after they put up their Pride decorations in June that their district manager came and told them everything had to come down. Shift manager Matthew Cartwright says the district manager gave a few reasons their Pride decorations had to be removed, namely that they might make some guests uncomfortable.
If that flag is your identity, if it's a core part of you showing your identity, it makes sense that you'd feel betrayed, especially by a company which claims to espouse such progressive views.
Starbucks firmly denied the allegations in a statement to News 3 Now, saying in part, quote, "There has been no change to any policy on this matter, and we continue to encourage our store leaders to celebrate with their communities, including for U.S. Pride Month in June." The controversy comes as other brands have come under fire for Pride celebrations, Target even removing Pride clothing collections from some of their stores due to backlash. It's a moment when many in the LGBTQ community say hateful rhetoric is on the rise. In Madison, Braden Ross, News 3 Now.
Workers at the State Street Starbucks say if they're allowed to put the decorations back up, they'll be back as soon as possible. A conservative law firm is filing a federal Title IX complaint against the Sun Prairie School District in relation to an incident in one of the school's locker room showers. This happened back in March when 4 girls said they were exposed to a naked 18-year-old biological male in the shower. The 18-year-old told them he was transgender. The school district says that accounts of the incident were incomplete and inaccurate. Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty argues that the 4 freshman girls in the shower were discriminated against by the district on the basis of sex and that the district failed to comply with Title IX requirements. Last week, the U.S. House Committee on Education and the Workforce sent a letter to the Department of Education demanding the agency launch an investigation into the incident. Well, air quality remains a major concern as smoke continues to push into the Midwest from Canadian wildfires. UW-Madison air pollution expert Tracy Holloway says the Canadian wildfire season started earlier than usual this year. It's also far bigger than other years. Holloway says this is because the forest land is dry due to the warming of the planet.
What we're seeing here with the wildfires in Canada and their effect on our air is exactly what scientists have been talking about and predicting for decades. It's just now, it's not the future anymore, it's now.
So what does that mean for you? Experts recommend limiting time outdoors for the elderly and those with pre-existing health conditions. If people in those groups have to go outside, you need to wear an N95 mask. The state's DNR gave similar advice in a press release this afternoon, recommending that Wisconsinites spend less time outdoors due to the air quality. Well, that air quality will improve soon. Let's check the First One forecast with Julian C. Wright.
That's right, Charlotte. We're just waiting now for that air quality to start to improve for us here in southern Wisconsin. But at least for the rest of this evening and heading into about midnight, we're going to have that advisory in effect for all of us here in southern Wisconsin. Now, as we take a look at when we can start to see a bit of that improvement, honestly, folks, once we get into around Friday afternoon, we'll start to see that thin layer of hazy skies start to really clear itself out for areas like Madison and to the north and east. However, we're still going to be dealing with a thin layer of some hazy skies. It's not going to be nearly as impactful as it has been over the last couple of days. Now, taking a look ahead for the rest of this afternoon and evening, folks, it is gorgeous outside as of right now. Take away the hazy skies. It is breezy. On top of it, temperatures in the middle 60s, and we're going to see those 50s around the midnight hour as well, as skies are still rather clear. Taking a look at tonight, we're looking to fall into the upper 40s for us here in Madison, 51 for Janesville and for Platteville alike. Tomorrow, it's going to be very similar to what we have for today, but the good news is our air quality will see some improvements. We'll talk more about how this weekend is going to be shaping up and when we could potentially see any kind of rain in the full forecast coming up in a few moments. Until then, over to you.
To Sauk County now, where local businesses there are rallying to support law enforcement as the search for a missing teenage boy continues around Devil's Lake State Park. Deputies, with the Sauk County Sheriff's Office, aided by officers from departments all around the state, have been searching for 13-year-old James Yablonsky since he left his home in a family vehicle. Emergency crews found the van abandoned along U.S. Highway 12 near the Baraboo Bluffs on Monday. So far, search teams have gone through more than 5,000 acres with foot patrols, canines, and aerial surveillance. Meanwhile, Madison police are still searching for a missing 17-year-old girl. Moisio Chavaria was last seen Tuesday morning when she walked away from her home in the 8300 block of Flagstone Drive. She was last seen wearing a green summer jacket and pajama pants. Anyone with information is asked to call police. Commuters in Sun Prairie are quickly opting to hop on board Madison Metro as the newly launched redesign services more of the city. Tahlil Mohideen spoke with riders this afternoon as they adjusted to the new normal.
It's great for me because I take it to get to work, so I'm glad to be able to get to work without having to rely on other people.
With makeshift bus stops all over Sun Prairie, it's clear just how new the Metro redesign is.
This is my first time, actually, going on the new route.
Even the drivers are still getting acquainted with the new routes.
I haven't done the Sun Prairie route yet, so I'm doing it right now, the first one.
But it seems many commuters are catching on pretty quickly, mostly excited, because in Sun Prairie, the long-debated Madison Metro redesign only adds service.
It was pretty easy. I got the app that they told me to get, and I can see when the bus is coming and all that.
In total, the city will run 3 routes, 2 more than it did before. And while the change will mean ease of access and convenience for most, for one group in particular, the Metro redesign will come with a bigger learning curve.
For folks who may not be able-bodied to take kind of the standard routes, they can use paratransit if they qualify for their medical appointments or other leisurely things too.
Sun Prairie leaders say right now they're still in a transition phase as they work to make sure all riders know how to navigate the new system. They're especially targeting senior care facilities to educate people on the new rideshare service, paratransit, now available through Madison Metro.
With a growing community, the needs are diversifying and changing, so it's great to have a service now and expect, especially earlier than what we planned for, that can really accommodate.
And though there are still many on the fence about the redesign,
It's a big change, so it's going to take some time.
riders in Sun Prairie want Madisonians to consider this.
To the people who it's actually helping, please let it keep helping. I appreciate helping. Helping is good.
Reporting in Sun Prairie, Tahlil Mohideen, News 3 Now.
Oh boy.
Sun Prairie's partnership with Madison Metro's paratransit does mean they'll be phasing out of their rideshare taxi service come September. Fire crews say automatic sprinklers stopped a fire from spreading beyond an apartment building's garbage yesterday morning. It happened at 649 Sand Pearl Lane. Crews got a report of smoke in an apartment. Once there, they found light smoke in the unit, but no active fire. When firefighters got down to the basement, they found an automatic sprinkler had contained a fire in the garbage area. Firefighters were then able to fully extinguish that fire. A suspect charged in a deadly shooting in Beloit more than 2 years ago has been found guilty. Damon Hanna was arrested and charged with 1 count of first-degree intentional homicide in the 2021 murder of Jordan Jefferson. According to the criminal complaint, witnesses reported seeing Jefferson at the bottom of stairs in front of a home at the time of the shooting. They told police they had heard arguing in the street before the gunshot was heard. Another witness told police Hanna visited the night of the murder and said he had just, quote, popped somebody and asked her to hide his gun while he washed himself with bleach. The shooting was one of 4 homicides in Beloit in 2021. A Supreme Court ruling today is upholding a decades-old law that governs tribal adoptions. The Indian Child Welfare Act of 1978 prioritizes placement of Native American children with Native families or tribes in child custody proceedings. It was a response to the high number of Native American children being placed with non-Native families or institutions. The challenges to the law were brought by several adoptive parents. There is still more ahead on News 3 Now at 6, including an incident at Lambeau Field that sent a person to the hospital today. Also, why dozens of bikers are racing in Janesville's town square today. We're back right after this break.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are veterans struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin, with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit vrapwi.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
When it's hot, all you want is some relief. Relief from the heat outside, relief from sleepless nights, and relief from big electric bills. Even your air conditioning unit needs some relief. So when you wrap your home with our premium injection foam, it's like putting your entire house in a cooler. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower. And right now, when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free.
USA Insulation.
At Lawton Cates, justice means helping with your medical bills, standing up to the insurance company, and demanding compensation for lost time at work. And there's never a fee until we deliver results for you. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back to a story out of Green Bay where a construction worker was taken away from Lambeau Field in an ambulance after being trapped. This incident happened this morning. Upon arrival, first responders performed a brief extrication and were able to transfer one person to a hospital. Officials say that person is in critical condition.
Specifically, the area there's ongoing construction throughout this building. We're working closely to determine specific locations, specific areas and causes of where this actually occurred. And like I said, that will be put out as soon as we can, but it's part of our ongoing investigation.
Officials from Myron Construction Company also say they are cooperating with authorities. The 5th annual Janesville Town Square Grand Prix returned to downtown Janesville today. The race is part of the Tour of America's Dairyland Pro-Am Criterium Cycling Series. The 2023 Janesville race route was a challenging one with tight corners that provided excitement for both racers and spectators. With the closing of Milwaukee Street, this year's course didn't utilize Main Street, but instead turned on Water Street, going behind the venue and Old Town Mall.
So the economic benefit is great, but also today we're expecting 400 to 4,500 people to be here that don't usually come to downtown Janesville. So we're trying to expose Janesville and show them the progress we've made, but then also show them what activities we have.
The event is going on. The top division men's race will take place at 7 o'clock tonight. Coming up, we have an update to a mother and daughter both battling cancer. When we come back, it's a heartbreaking diagnosis and how the two are making the most of the time they have together. Plus, it's looking to be a hot, dry, and hazy weekend. Julian has the complete forecast when we come back.
It's Hy-Vee's Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. 8-ounce New York strips, just $6.99. Whole beef briskets, just $3.88 a pound. And Smithfield bacon, only $2.99. Only at Hy-Vee.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Easily clean up wet and dry messes in your home, garage, or vehicle with a Shop Vac 10-gallon vacuum. It's the perfect companion for any shop or job site. Right now, only $84.99 after rebate. The Master Force 3-ton floor jack has a maximum lift of 20 inches and a low profile, making it a valuable addition to your garage tool collection. Pick one up today for $159.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
DePaco Credit Union empowers your well-being, helps you reach your goals. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
The history of your home is in your air ducts. Every soccer match, every game of fetch, every home improvement project accumulates dirt and dust in your ductwork, impacting the efficiency of your HVAC system and the air quality of your home. Combat the buildup of everyday living with a whole system air duct cleaning by Stanley Steamer. Our certified technicians extract contaminants from your ducts into our specialized cleaning trucks, so you dust less and your family breathes easier with cleaner indoor air. Go online to schedule your free estimate today.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
It's Hy-Vee's Mega Meat Sale this Friday through Sunday. Value packs of Hy-Vee chicken breasts, just $2.99 a pound. Pork loin back ribs, just $2.98 a pound. And fresh Berlasso Atlantic salmon fillets, only $9.98 a pound. This Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
We first told you about Kelly and Megan Muller in 2017. The mother and daughter are both experiencing intense cancer battles. Today, we have an update on their story, and while it is heartbreaking, our Catherine Merck shows us how their love for each other is what stands out.
Me and you, a two-man crew, side by side we united. We will never be divided.
Megan and Kelly Muller's bond is inseparable.
I gotcha.
It goes beyond just being family. They're best friends.
We're like two peas in a pod. Everything that happens to me happens to Mom. And vice versa. And vice versa.
This mother and daughter say their relationship only strengthened when both of them found out they had cancer.
I got diagnosed with stage 4. Then I got brain cancer.
They say their coinciding health battles became easier, knowing it meant they were going through it as one.
It did make it comfortable to know that you understood. It's not any way that a parent wants their child to be. But if I hadn't had it first, I wouldn't have known.
Megan was in remission for 5 years. In the past couple of weeks, she received a heartbreaking update to her diagnosis. Her cancer is terminal.
It's really hard to, she's my very, very best friend. She's my everything.
What hasn't changed in their final days is their connection.
She is my world. You're my rock.
Though the future is grim for their time together, they say they'll remain the same as they were at the start of their journey.
We'll be together again. Huh? We will.
They'll always be.
Yeah, we will.
Inseparable.
When or lose, we come in twos, 'cause we're the best of buddies, me and you.
Reporting in Madison, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Well, we have more haze and more rain in sight for the rest of the week. Julian's back with the complete forecast.
That's right, but we will start to see a bit of improvements heading into our Friday, which is the good news after such a hazy and just smoky start for the last couple of days. Now, heading into our weather headlines, this is what we're going to be expecting. Again, a little hazy heading into our Friday, and then temperatures will stay within those 80s throughout the rest of this weekend and the next few days heading into next week as well. Otherwise, we're looking for an even warmer next week. So it's not just the lower 80s or even the middle, but we could even see temperatures climbing near 90 degrees as we get closer to next Friday. So taking a look at what we have on our board for us. As we get into the rest of tonight, well, folks, let's kind of explain why we've had such a dry pattern for us. Here's our current setup. What we're seeing as of right now is the jet stream, which has really ridged its way over towards the parts of Canada and has dipped its way down into the upper Midwest. What this is we call an omega block. And really the reason why is because it depicts the symbol of the omega symbol in the Greek lettering. That's where we have a low pressure system over towards the western side, a high pressure system from the Great Plains over to the Midwest, and another low pressure system to our friends over towards the east. Now, what this omega block does, it makes a block for any kind of real precipitate or any kind of systems to really make its way into much of the United States. So what it is a blocking weather pattern impacting the United States. As I mentioned, it's low to west, high in the Great Plains, and low to the east. And this will once again depict the omega symbol. But how it really impacts us in the weather world, well, this typically brings sunny and dry weather, which in certain cases could be a great thing, but since it's been several weeks where we haven't had a lot of rain, it's going to be pretty much bad news for us since we're now into a moderate drought. And this pattern is also what's been shifting that wildfire smoke impacting the upper Midwest over the past couple of days. Now taking a look at our drought monitor, as I mentioned, just reissued for today. We're looking at moderate dry conditions throughout, or moderate drought conditions for southern Wisconsin. And we're not looking for that improvement over the next week. Air quality advisory is going to be in effect until midnight for all of southern Wisconsin. And we will start to see that haze start to clear up just a bit as we get into our Friday afternoon. But until we get there, we're still going to be dealing with some of those hazy skies waking up for our Friday morning. Otherwise, we are expecting conditions that aren't hazy to be rather favorable for us. Temperatures will be comfortable tonight, heading into our Friday morning, mid-50s waking up, and still plenty of clear skies. As we get into around the lunchtime hour, upper 60s around Madison, lower 70s to our friends to the west, and then getting into our Friday evening and afternoon, upper 70s, a couple areas into lower 80s. Nevertheless, it's still going to be rather perfect for us. Once we get into this weekend, we have one little shot of potentially seeing some rain, but it's still just not going to be very sufficient as we get into the rest of this weekend, as we are going to be seeing, again, still that dry pattern, 82 for Saturday, 84 for Sunday, might see a shower or a thunderstorm, but still not a lot of potent rain chances in this forecast. Take a look at our 10-day. After Father's Day, we are on a stretch of very warm and even hot conditions heading into next week as temperatures are staying into the upper 80s and plenty of sunshine, but not a lot of rain.
And still to come, 2 local baseball teams competed for a state title in Appleton today. We'll have full highlights next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are you over 60 and want to learn the ins and outs of the Madison Metro bus system? With RSVP of Dane County and their free Bus Buddy program, you can gain independence and explore more of Madison this summer. Visit rsvpdane.org and call to sign up.
Rider Chips! Just taking a break. That window's a bear.
Don't worry. My cousin's got a guy.
Hey, I'm not sure I can help you with the house gas, but I can help you replace this window fast.
Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2025. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast.
2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Attention, Wisconsin veterans.
I'm Tony Evers, the governor of Wisconsin. If you are a veteran struggling to pay for rent, utilities, or other life-sustaining services, I want you to know that the Veterans Rental Assistance Program is here to help. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin with benefit approvals being issued to veterans in just days, not months. You have already made a most noble sacrifice. You shouldn't have to continue doing so. We are here to support you. With pride in the way, it's never easy to ask for assistance, but rest assured we are here to help. The VRAP team is standing by to help. So call 833-WISC-VRAP or visit VRAPWI.com. You've always been there for us. We want you to know that we're here for you. On behalf of the state of Wisconsin, thank you.
Don't wait until the weekend to enjoy a thick charbroiled steak made to your liking. Make a weeknight steak night at High Point Steakhouse, Southern Wisconsin's premier supper club. Well worth the short drive to Ridgeway.
Are you over 60 and want to learn the ins and outs of the Madison Metro bus system? With RSVP of Dane County and their free Bus Buddy program, you can gain independence and explore more of Madison this summer. Visit rsvpdane.org and call to sign up.
Whether you want to build a house or just like to dream, there's an event that's right up your alley.
Tomorrow, Josh is in the 608 to see what's trending at this year's Parade of Homes.
And it looks like the heat will be expanding this weekend going into much of next week. Join us tomorrow morning between 4:30 and 7.
When you make it to the state tournament, anything goes. Whether it's that pivotal pitch that could secure a state title or a hard-fought battle on the pitch. Our local area athletes brought it all on Thursday from Appleton to Milwaukee. Let's start with baseball. Pecatonica in their first state tournament, looking for their first state championship, and they couldn't have asked for a better start to this one. Third inning, Tyler Mickion bloops one into the outfield. That would start the scoring for the Vikings. Pecatonica scored 5 in the frame and jumped out to a 7-0 lead. But no lead is safe when Ithaca is up to bat. 7th inning, Bulldogs down 1. And down to their last out, Logan Anderson hits one too hot to handle, and Lincoln Manning slides in to tie the game at 7. Next batter in this one is Ethan Cockcroft, and the senior in his final game with Ithaca walks it off for the Bulldogs. Ithaca is your Division IV champion with an 8-7 walk-off win.
To be a part of that is just a blessing. It really is. To have a group of kids to believe that that can even be possible. And I'm just so happy that they had it in them to chip away in that 6th inning to get us within shooting range of getting it done there in the 7th. And I mean, wow, that was incredible.
Game's not over until it's over, and we truly just believe in that. Anything can happen in the sport of baseball, and if you just stay moving, stay up, stay electric, and runs will come to you. Never a doubt.
To the soccer pitch, where top-seeded Edgewood played Ashland in the girls' D3 state semis, and the Crusaders brought their A-game to Milwaukee. Here's Madison Foley making magic happen in the 15th minute. She finds the twine to tie the game at 1. And then in the 22nd minute, one of many first-half corner kick opportunities for Edgewood. A couple of deflections, and there's Gabby Cahill. She puts it in the back of the net, which gives Edgewood their first lead of the game, 2-1 to score going into half. And in the second half, Edgewood attacking again. And when at first you don't succeed, try again. How about a 5-1 win for the Crusaders, who advanced to the state finals, looking for their 3rd state championship. And as the saying goes, when in Rome, you play basketball. Or at least that's what the women's Badgers basketball team will do this August. UW announced today that the squad will spend 10 days in Italy, visiting and competing in Rome, Venice, and Florence.
That's quite the trip.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm jealous.
Look at some basketball in there while we're All right. Okay, final check.
Quick look. We're looking at temperatures to warm up for the weekend. Might see a shower for Father's Day, but then another dry trend and a hot trend heading into next week.
All right. Thank you. And thank you for joining us. Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.